Usually the best way to travel in winter is on a frozen lake, river, or creek. Generally, it's a smooth, level surface, free of obstacles such as fences and trees, but not always. This year has seen an exceptional amount of windfall in the area. The forest is littered with fallen trees, a combination of heavy winds and a forest thick with decades of duff and plant litter. The roots never got a firm grip in the soft, spongy soil, and the trees topple over more easily. Unfortunately for the traveler, many of these large trees fall directly across this creek, bringing everything to a halt. Years ago, a group of brothers, Neil, Alan, and Glenn, maintained this frozen highway. They rode the long, winding creek, armed with axe and chainsaw, keeping it clear. Occasionally on weekends, my friends and I would build a fire along the creek. We would hear the distant rumble of trikes, quads, or skidoos echoing off the valley walls. Eventually, the muffled engine sounds became louder and more clear until we would catch sight of the three brothers through the trees. They were followed by a train of sons, daughters, nieces, and friends on machines of their own. Soon they were gathered around our warming fire with sounds of laughter and dozens of beer cans being cracked open. They offered us drinks as they warmed up and cooked their food over the fire. Stories of adventures past and present were swapped between brothers while we sipped our cold beers and listened. After a quick exchange of goodbyes and thank yous, they were off again. Their engines roared, but soon muffled with each turn on this winding creek, until only the sound of the crackling fire could be heard once again. Those days are long gone. The brothers are now retired and unable to do the job they have loved so much before. On all my trips to camp this winter, I tried clearing trail, but I always ran out of time, so today I dedicated the whole day to opening up this creek using nothing but hand tools. Once I cut through this tree, I figured this section here would fall down as well, but it's frozen in. I even tried jumping on it. It's not going anywhere. So my plan was to cut it off with my crosscut saw, open up this pathway another 2 feet, but my saw keeps binding. Just too much moisture in this wood, even with WD-40. So I brought out my pack mule, which is a come along, 1 ton capacity. I tried rigging it up to move this log out of the way, but it's not going to work. I tried cooking my tea biscuit mix as a loaf. It all fell apart, so I just stirred it right into my chili. Really good. This used to be the end of the line for travelers, but by cutting down this tree, I opened up a lot more creek. So I'm going to carry on, see how much more creek I opened up. I will be coming back this way, so I want to keep this fire going. I got some more branches here. This will help me warm up on my way back. I just finished opening up that section. So I came around the corner and there's another huge fallen tree across the creek, probably over 1 foot in diameter. The good news is there's a bypass right up here. You can see some very faint quad tracks. So that means that they came from the other direction. So I guess I opened up this whole line here. I'm going to pack up the sled one last time and start heading back. I just made it back to my fire. I don't think I'm going to build it up again. But you can see just how much it dropped from melting through the creek. There'll be no trouble for any quad or skidoo to go over top of that now. So I'm just going to kick some snow on this fire and head back to camp. I'm going to stash my pack mule and my sled right here. Not only am I beat, but I'll never make it back in time before dark. I got to lighten the load. Plus I'm going to drink all the water that I have to rehydrate and make my backpack a little lighter as well. Oh, Oh, that is so good. Ice cold.